He was called Federal Inspector of what? Administration. So J. Singo, a native of French Cameroon, appointed by Henjo to French Cameroon, was in charge of administration in the southern Cameroons. Then the West Cameroon Prime Minister was in charge of what? He was in charge of what? That is our sorry story. After J. Singo, you have people like Guillaume Seke who came along, and Aboema Choi, whom you all have heard of recent, who has tried to tell these people that no, we are different and distinct people. And yet, even in that, we did nothing. Then they followed a host of personnel from what they call La Sûreté Nationale Camerounaise, Armée Camerounaise, Gendarmerie Camerounaise, Douane Camerounaise, Sénère Camerounaise, Brigade Mobile Briggs, what they call that BMM Camerounaise, a whole range of series of people or institutions from French Cameroon to our territory, who started their torture chambers, terrorizing the population and everybody. All of them working in French, coercing our people. Again, we did nothing. We just watched on. Then there came an avalanche of toxic measures that Ahidjo adopted. And all these measures were all aimed at the extinguishment of our homeland as a legal and political expression, and complete destruction of our people, historically, culturally, politically, socially, and economically. Historically, because they start giving you distorted history, isn't it? Start talking about Germans. We were under Germans in 1884. The part where we were under the British, all of that cut off. You don't hear about it. They were ever under the British from 1846 right up to 1887. Nobody talks about that. That even the German colonization from the Douala mud flat, this where they were, they only started extending way back towards the 90s. Play like Boya going up to Manfe, Kumba, and so on and so forth. That part of it, nobody ever tells you about it. Even worse, nobody ever tells you that you had a state culture. The Southern Cameroon's first assembly met in 1954. From 1954 right to 1961, we were there. Everything, Prime Minister, House of Assembly, police force, public service, and all that. Nobody ever tells you that. So you see them, what they say, German, and then they jump from German to Ahidjo. That was all the history will tell you. These days, you don't even hear about Ahidjo anymore. You hear who about who? Mr. Abia. That's what you hear. A complete distortion of our history. A complete distortion of our culture. We had very firm culture, both political and social culture. We had an economy that was already launched. And those of you who have seen already in the internet, somebody found a book. When was that? The West Cameroon Development, the Southern Cameroon Development Agency. When was that? 1957. In 1957, these people were still under the French. They don't even know what development was all about. We're already far gone. Again, we failed, we did not take countermeasures against this genocidal project. I call it genocidal project because it was a project to destroy us as a people and as a territory. Wipe it out. And so today we find the colonial occupier is feeling emboldened in his action. Then decided that I must give the coup de grace. And what did that consist of? We find many measures which they've taken. Destroy our legal system. As we know from declassified information from the French consul was in Boya. And he said, well, the only thing that we now have left to destroy are two things. The educational system of these people and the legal system of these people. We must destroy that. Once we destroy that, then our project is complete. We have completely Frenchified these people, and there won't be any other entity that will bother you as the Southern Cameroons. We now know that. That has been the project. And all the things we've seen recently, the lawyers, the teachers fighting again, was precisely because of that. Why do you think one fine day they decided to move their French-speaking and educated magistrates all to our side? with a mandate to administer French law and to do what? Minister French law in French to our people. Why do you think all of a sudden they send French-speaking teachers to our schools, right down to primary school, teach them in French? For them, this was a large stage of the destruction of our people. Like one of the ministers said some time ago, that, well, you see, by the 1990s, the La République had already calculated that the people of the Southern Cameroon no longer existed and therefore could be ignored. And you could have seen in everything that they were doing, right, it is economically where they systematically decide to destroy you economically. The reason for economic destruction is to disempower you. And that's why now, even in this struggle, apart from the South Africa, thank God you guys in South Africa are here. I don't know what strength and inspiration God is giving people. Without you people, go to other places. Ask our people there, even in the US, can you put in a meeting, put $20,000? There's none. I don't think it's because they are not prepared to give, but because we're what? Disempowered. We don't have the economic strength anymore. Systematically, our people who today would have been at the forefront economically, we are talking of Che or Nanga or whoever, all Kilo, whatever. These are people who were eliminated. Their business is destroyed. I want you to destroy somebody's business. You killed him eventually. Gone. And then the economic activities we had, we are talking of Cameroon Bank, the marketing board, and all were systematically destroyed. Why would they want to destroy these things, for God's sake? It could only be because they want to kill you. It can be nothing else. If you want to become poor, you now go groveling on their belly, begging them for crumbs. That's what the whole thing is all about. That was the agenda. So from that kind of destruction, it started moving every area. Even our physical space, you know the way we organize. If you went to Victoria, you will see class quarters, senior service quarters, club, swimming pool, and all of this. You went to Tico, it was the same arrangement. Kumba was the same arrangement. Manta was the same arrangement. You went to Baminda, was the same arrangement. These people came and said, what do you think they are? This class society, we have to destroy it. I had a friend who was right one as the University of Yaoundé. He said, I think people are doing that, we are going to destroy it. And they started systematically introducing ghettos in our environment. And therefore, the cleanness which we had before, the hierarchy we had before, started disappearing. Go now back home, you see what is happening. Not only have they introduced their military camps in all our areas, even in GRA, where they've gone and grabbed places, but those places have been grabbed by the SGOs and the colonial SGOs and governors and so on. And I use the word colonial advisedly, because even as recent as January, February, at the height of this thing, the governor in Boya, the French le nouveau colon. For those of you who understand French, that means we are the new colonizing power in this territory. So you have all of them. Colonial governors, colonial prefects, sub-prefects, and all of these people. And these people unashamedly send these people all to attack. Speak to them in French. Language there, what is it? So service delivery became French. What other project were the September 1961? And by 1962, what did Hager do? He declared the whole of the southern Cameroons under. You couldn't move about freely. You couldn't think freely. Because what we are seeing happening now, trial by was a law passed at that time called the subversion law. At any moment for anything you did. D4, Albert Mukong, if they were here, they would tell you. 3 cases, because they are the most prominent. I know one of these things, the ordinary people who suffer, you hardly hear about that and so on. But if these people, and for those who know relatives of these people, ask them what happened to them under that emergency law, which was passed. Our whole territory became a state of emergency. The Kali Kali intensified. I'm surprised. System there. You had a power system. Let's say one show from the military. You couldn't move from Guakele to play like a Tuameki there without having a laissez-passer. You couldn't. And it was still our people